What is going on, guys, and welcome to Knicks Central. And if you recognize me from my Rangers channel or Mets channel, well, I'm not a different person, so you do recognize me, and you recognize me right. But today, I decided to launch my Knicks channel. I was delaying it for honestly no reason. I thought about starting it up around the trade deadline, didn't end up doing it, which, I mean, a day late isn't terrible. And then I was like, you know what, maybe I'll do it around playoff time. And then when I was talking yesterday to my friends who I do work with on Rangers Central, which you guys will see them here on this channel as well. I'm sure we're going to do podcasts and all that. But I was like, you know what? Why don't I just launch up a channel now? Like, why don't I just do it now? We'll break down the trade. We're going to do game recaps on here, free agent signings, rumors, whatever it may be. We are going to talk about it here on Knicks Central. So if you do enjoy Knicks content, please be sure to subscribe and help the channel grow here. Leave a like on this video as well if you enjoy. I'm going to give my thoughts on the trade, even though I'm late. It is what it is. There's nothing I could do here at all about it. But we are going to talk about the trade, like I said, that occurred between the Knicks and the Pistons before the deadline yesterday, which saw the Knicks getting Bojan Bogdanovic and Alec Burks from the Detroit Pistons in exchange for Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Evan Fournier, Ryan Arcidiacono, and then 2 second-round picks. So that's what the trade details were. And in terms of my thoughts on what the Knicks lost, I really am not even mad. We heard rumors about Quentin Grimes, how there was frustration with him in the organization and that he wanted out of the organization, supposedly. And I was kind of mad because at first we saw a report that it was Grimes in 2 seconds for Alec Burks. And I was like, what's the point of this trade? This is a dumb trade. And then we see that Bogdanovic is also in the deal. And then they give up pretty much nothing. I mean, Archie for the vibes is cool, but outside of that, he really hasn't done anything outside of keeping a history book streak alive of 20 games scoreless. Evan Fournier, we knew he was going to be out of town sometime soon. Then Malachi Flynn, ever since they got him in the OG trade, really has not provided much for this team and really isn't even getting minutes. Even with guys hurt, he wasn't getting a lot of minutes. So I don't think there's really a big loss here outside of Quentin Grimes, which kind of sucks because we thought at some point he was going to be part of a bigger trade. There was talks about a Donovan Mitchell trade. I'm sure we all know it. And we thought that it was going to include like Quentin Grimes, Barrett, Quickly, whoever else. And it was going to just be moving mountains to go get Donovan Mitchell. Well, now that's not the case. And we thought Quentin Grimes would be in a deal for a star player at some point. Again, just not the case. And now all these young guys are off the team. And I think that it's good that they ended up just providing more depth here and getting more depth versus getting just one guy for all these players. And I know that might be a hot take considering Donovan Mitchell is a superstar at the end of the day, but there is still ammo from the Knicks. They did not give up any first-round picks in these deals. So to me, I'm not complaining at all. And then what they got for the bench here in Alec Burks and Bojan Bogdanovic, I really like, and they'll probably start for a bit until the team gets healthy because we know that Brunson has an ankle sprain right now. And then last night in the game, Hartenstein got hurt too, which is just annoying. OG got surgery. Randall had a dislocated shoulder. Mitchell Robinson's still not playing. And then Grimes was hurt when he was here. Well, now they'll have these two to play tomorrow, which will definitely help out this team. And Alec Burks is here. We know what he provides for this team. He's just going to be giving up. He's just going to give some clutch buckets at the when they need him to come off the bench. He's averaging 12.6 points per game. At the free throw line, he's definitely going to be a big impact there as well when they need him to. From downtown, he's shooting at around 40%. And then from the field, he's shooting at about 40% as well. So he's just going to provide some scoring depth. And I think that this is huge because of the fact that Deuce McBride, I love him, but they need to get way more help from the bench and way more scoring from the bench to help ease the minutes from Jalen Brunson and just let him rest at certain points in the game, like we saw against the Grizzlies, where he never should have been in a situation where he had to be in that game when they're up by 28 against a team like that regardless. So it was just annoying, and I think that Alec Burks is obviously going to help out there. And then Bojan Bogdanovic, I'm curious how they're going to utilize him in terms of if they're going to start him or not when the team is fully healthy, because he could play multiple positions. He could play the 3 or the 4, and he's averaging 20.2 points per game. He's shooting at about 80% at the free throw line. From downtown, he's shooting at about 41%. And then from the field, he's shooting at about 47%. He's going to provide some clutch buckets for this team as well. And they needed more scoring, as we saw against not just the Grizzlies, but we've seen just in these recent stretch of games where they've had runs where they just weren't scoring at all. And now this should help out the team because now they don't have to rely on watching Precious Achiuwa, which I want to throw something at my TV when I watch him go to chuck up a three. Now they have more scoring depth for this team. And now you look at this team when they're fully healthy, there is a lot of depth for this team between adding these two. Then on top of that, you have the starting five when they are healthy. And these two aren't going to be even in the starting five probably when the team's healthy. So you look at it when they are, you got Jalen Brunson at the one, you got off the ball, you got Dante DiVincenzo. Then you could go with you'd probably go with OG there, and then you could go at the power forward, you could go with Randall, and then at center you go with Mitch or Hartenstein. I mean, Hartenstein's been very good this year, but either one of them you have on the bench on top of Burks and Bogdanovic, and then you also have Hart still there on the bench. McBride might not even get many minutes, but that's just a 9-man rotation with McBride and Achiuwa still around there who have been giving serviceable play for this Knicks team. So now all of a sudden you're talking about a very deep team, and I know people wanted them to make another trade after that. I didn't see the need to. I think maybe you could go to the buyout market and grab someone there, whether it's a Kyle Lowry or, whoever else it may be. I know Kyle Lowry's been more of the name that people are talking about in terms of a fit for the Knicks lately, but I don't know. Like, to me, when this team's healthy, I think that this is a very deep team that has a chance to go really far. How far? I'm not sure. We're going to have to see. But the fact that they're in close games with teams like the Dallas Mavericks last night with pretty much nobody playing. They had a 7-man rotation once Hartenstein left that game. So, yeah, to me, I'm not complaining at all about this trade. And I think that it's crazy if you are because, yeah, Quentin Grimes, it kind of sucks to lose him, but giving up 2 second-round picks is pretty much nothing. And then all the bench guys that they gave up weren't even getting a lot of minutes anyway. So I don't really see the issue in terms of what they did here, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Would love to hear from you guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. Turn on your notifications too so you know when I upload or go live on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go Knicks.